Oh my god, hi guys. Hi. I'm just waiting for Veronica. She'll be in a few minutes. Oh, here she is. And so sorry for the delay. Oh, hi. Hi, Veronica. Hi. Oh, the network
How are
is much better.
you? I feel like
I'm okay. How are you?
right. Good. I'm good. As I still want to charge my phone. Oh, you look so
Ah, thank
cute.
you.
Oops, sorry.
And welcome to everyone who's here.
I feel like we're out.
Hmm?
Yeah, people are already like joining. Oh my gosh, because I saw people there.
Oh,
I've never done this before, but yeah. Hi guys.
hi.
Hi Shudu. I think they. Let me stop overtaking your live here.
Yeah, I was just
Hi
nice for
guys.
for the delay because I was still trying to figure out because this is like my first. I'm sure yours as well, right? Your first live stream on your channel. And guys, please subscribe to Veronica's channel. If you're not subscribed to mine, then that's like that's an offense. That's an offense. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So welcome,
it is.
guys.
It is amazing.
I'm sure everyone will be joining in as well for now. But yeah, I think we can go ahead.
Yeah.
Before we get into everything, Nick, can you please just introduce yourself and everything, Veronica? Right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hi guys. First of all, my name is Veronica. I the description always like the introduction always gets me. But yes, my name is Veronica. I'm originally from Malawi, small country in the middle of South and East Africa. But yeah, small country. I am a firstborn daughter. I am part of the GradStar Top 10 2023. And yeah, during the day I also work as an influencer marketing assistant there. And then I'm also a final year Bachelor of Business Administration student. So that's a bit about me. And yeah.
Well, that's a mouthful. If I had to introduce myself, I would introduce myself after you. So let me not even try. Okay. Let me not
Stop.
even.
That she is being humble. Okay, let Jermaine introduce herself. She knows how to introduce herself. Like every time you introduce yourself, you always leave me like looking like, oh my gosh, I have missed out so many, and like you have so many things. No, like the queen. I'm glad I went first because at least now we can finish with a bang.
Yeah. But I'm
Hmm.
sure everyone
Hmm.
already knows me. I'm sure everyone already knows me. But okay. For the sake of this live, so yeah, I'm Charmaine Search, right? And I'm currently pursuing the Bachelor of Indigenous Knowledge Systems at the University of Venda. And yeah, I'm founder of a non-profit organization called the Majestic Discourse Debate Academy, and I am also a part-time, not full-time, part-time debater, a speaker, and adjudicator. But I enjoy adjudicating more. So yeah, the last time I was with Veronica Live was for the Unilever South Africa Idea Trophy in Sandton. So yeah, that was fun. Fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was amazing. We should do that again. Like, we need to do more of that. But
Yeah,
yeah, that'll be a conversation.
exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah, let's get into the topic of the day. It's GradStar season. The top 100 has already been announced, and congratulations to them. Yeah, congratulations to them. I'm sure they're going to have so much fun. I didn't make the cut this year. Did I tell you? I only made top 500. I didn't make the cut.
Don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. It's gonna come again and you will make the cut.
Yeah,
But yeah, don't worry. And also, I mean, you're forever a grad star. So
exactly.
listen, you're always shining. Even if you're not in the next year, you are forever there. Like, nobody can take away that from you. So you're always gonna be a grad star.
Yeah. No one can take away
Well, in my
that.
heart at least.
Yeah. So right, Veronica, you were a GradStar Top 100 in 2023,
Mhm.
right? And you went as far as being 10 to being top 10 of the finest as well. So how cool is that? How amazing is that? But before being a GradStar Top 100, you had to face rejection from the GradStar Awards, right? So can you please tell us a little bit about that before going further?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wow. So, I mean, I don't have like the exact dates on point, but I remember when I first heard about the Grad Star, I think it was maybe 2020 or 2021. That's when I first came across them. And I mean, immediately I was interested. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, I'm so interested. I was so invested. I remember even at the time, like, I would see people on Instagram, because you hear about something, and I went on social media and I was checking all these things. And the first year I didn't make it at
Mm,
all. I didn't make it at all. And, I mean, it's not like I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go. I need to go. I just, it didn't happen. I was like, okay. And then, the second year came around and I was like, no, let me try again. Because something kept on telling me to say, let me try again. And I feel like if something keeps on just pushing on your heart, that means you've achieved it somewhere. So I was like, okay, let me try again. I try again and then top 500 only. And I remember when I got to top 500, like I was so excited to the point where I was DMing everyone. Like my DMs from 2021 so embarrassing because I was there like, "Hi guys, I'm Veronica.
wow.
I've made it like top 500. How do I get in?" Which I do encourage because I still did learn a lot. Like to the people that answered me, that's why today I try to answer everyone who DMs me. But yeah, the rejection, I mean, it was a sad thing because also with the grad star, when you didn't make it, it's different from other things. If maybe you apply for a job or whatever and you don't get here back, like sort of like life moves on, you don't necessarily know who else has gotten it. But
Mhm.
in this case, it's like, okay, you apply and it's like, okay, Shami, you can see, or Shamin has shared on her LinkedIn or she's shared on her Instagram, and you will feel some type of way. But I'm glad I didn't give up. So because I didn't give up, I tried again. And then, 2023, God said, listen, this is the year that you are going through. And so, yeah, I'm just grateful for that.
Yeah, and if you had
Yeah.
been a grad star maybe in 2022, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet you. So it was all in God's plan. It was all in God's plans. Yeah.
If I had done it earlier, I wouldn't have met such amazing people because our grad star group, I don't know about the others, but our grad star group literally, like, it feels like home,
It,
it feels like home. Like it's amazing. So you get to know people and you've made friendships for a lifetime. I mean, I got to meet people like you who are so smart, who are out there, like, girl has articles published about her. Is you. So like literally things like that you're like, these are once in a lifetime, because in any other world, maybe our
yeah,
paths wouldn't have crossed. Like it would have been a thing of even we could be in Joburg together, but we would have never known of each other. And to know that they could be a connection here. So yeah, I'm
right,
definitely grateful.
absolutely. Rejection is just redirection, literally.
Man, literally. And I always say, you just need to. It's difficult rejection. I mean, it's not nice, guys. It's not nice. But you know what? It's redirection, and maybe God is like, you know what? For this time, maybe it might not be yours. Maybe you might not be ready for it at that time. Because I feel like if I had gotten it a bit earlier, I don't know if I would have used what I learned and what I got from the grad star correctly. But now I'm able to put it to good use.
Mhm.
So it feels like, no, it's good timing, great timing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Well, now that
Mhm,
when you were part of the top 500, right? What was the
mhm.
what was the journey like preparing for the top 100 before the top 100 announcement? What is that journey like? Because yes, we have to apply using the app, the GradStar app, and then when you're already in
Mhm.
a top 500, what is the journey like, or how is that process like? All the assessments and everything, how is that like?
Yeah. So with that journey, I mean, I had walked that journey before, twice before, had been rejected before. At the time, I just made it to the top 500. So I think for me, it worked in my favor because I sort of knew what I was expecting now this time, because I sort of knew, okay, this is what they want in the assessments, this is what they want in the videos. And even though I had not been successful the year before, I said, you know what, let me change the strategy. What exactly can I put? And I sort of made sure that I my all. So even in the things like the assessments and stuff like that, I was just actively doing them, and I was like present in the moment, being my true self and making sure that I put my best foot forward, because
Mhm.
sometimes you just want to be humble and you're like, no, I don't want to do too much. I don't want to, say all my things. But this time I said, I'm going to put my best foot forward so that they get to see that first, because they don't know me,
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, my parents could say, "Oh my gosh, Veronica is amazing," but these guys, they don't know you. They are judges. This is their first time they're seeing you. You need to make sure
Yeah.
that you put your best foot forward and a good impression, so that when they see you, they're like, "I like what I'm seeing." So,
Mhm.
for me, I think it was a bit easier strategy. I have nothing to lose. I don't make it. Hey, I've not made it in. I think that a lot of that went
Right.
into it.
Okay. So during that process, ne, how did that process shape you, or shape your personal or professional growth? Being a top 100, how did that shape you?
Ooh. Oh, absolutely. Confidence boosts, first of all, confidence boost. I think being top 100, I remember when I got it, like, the first person that I told was my dad, because he knew the years before when I had made it to the top 500, I told him. Except to the top 500, I was like, I'm not telling anybody. It's okay. So that when I get disappointed, I don't need to answer to anyone, right? But this time he was like, oh my gosh, she applied. And I was like, yeah, top 100. So I was very much proud of myself, because it had been a goal that I had been wanting to achieve. And you go through something and you're just like, you've been failing or not doing well and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily mean you've been denied, but now making it into the top 100, for me, it meant a lot, because I'd seen also the type of people that were making it. You have people like Shemaine. So already you being in that crowd, you very much feel like, wow,
Mm.
I'm in the presence of greatness, and I I want to feel at home. So it was amazing, such an amazing feeling. And in terms of how it shaped me, I think I look at things a bit more differently.
Mm-hmm.
I think my approach to my career and my education, because even before I was like, yeah, maybe I can continue, maybe I'll end here. But hey, I'm very motivated now more than ever. I'm like, I want to get that master's degree, I want to get that MBA because of platforms like this. But yeah.
Right, right. Okay, good. Before going further, I would just like to welcome everyone who's here. Shudu, Hurupaero, and Diligent, and Sakim. Welcome, guys, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Um, just give out your questions for Veronica, and then we'll answer it at the end of the interview as well. So yeah. So while we're still on that, Veronica, you are now a top 100, right? You are at this stage of the competition, there's only top 10 left, right? And if I remember correctly, we didn't know what we were supposed to do or act like or anything for us to be in the top 10, right? It was very secretive, I would say. So what do you think were the qualities or the strategies that you think were the ones that made you to be in the top 10 of the finest? I think that's what most people want to know, who are already in the top 100 this year. So yeah, could you please speak a little bit more on that?
Yeah. I will also suggest everybody else. So now this is just going to be something from personal experience, to think these are just sort of points that like sort of give me the reason as to why I would have made it in. I think first and foremost, when you look at the GradStar platform and what it's about, showing leadership, workplace readiness, and things like that. Out, I think it's that I was in, made sure to showcase my skills already, like a I'm not shy. If I'm in a group and I see that maybe there's not an exact leader, I don't mind taking things up and saying, you know what, guys, let me steer the ship as best as I can. So I think I was very open in terms of that. And also just sharing and vocalizing my opinion. So if I have an idea, hey, guys, I think we could do this, I think we could do that. I think that's also something that they looked at as well to sort of help everybody work together,
Mhm.
because when you're working in a team, and as much as you have leaders and all that, but also being able to help, I think those are some of the things maybe they did see. Because to this day
Yeah.
I do not know. When I heard my name, I was so shocked. So but that's what I think. And from speaking with other top tens
Mm.
as well, I think that's what I'm sort of also finding out to say, and even just looking at them, the way they move. I'm not going to mention names, but some of them you can see how they showcase their leadership skills and things like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I think those were just some of the few things. I think be there and be seen as well,
Mm.
because there's so much talent in the rooms that you'll be put in, like leaders of non-profit organizations, like we know already that. So maybe if you're getting off, be like, we know okay, she's smart, whatever, genuine.
Yeah.
Um, coming from a genuine place, like be who, because I think with myself also, people who were not maybe even a part of that environment, or people who know me outside of that, they do know that I'm a person who will take initiative. If I really want something to happen, do this, and I'm not scared to take those big steps. So I think that is what could have been some of the things as to why I got into the top 10. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
understandable. So because GradStar Awards, in my own words, I would say it's just like this one big networking event, right? So can you please expand more from what you have already been saying, on how you just have to make sure that you're seen, put yourself out there, right? So there are introverts and there are people who really want to put
Mhm.
themselves in those type of spaces or network or anything of the sort, but they're not able to. So, do you have any tips for them? Or, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think one thing that most people don't know as well, I used to be an introvert. I used to be very
Oh,
shy. Never used to speak to people, used to be so quiet. I was the kid when I was younger. People be concerned she doesn't talk. So I used to be those kids. And even now, when
yay.
I start small conversations, start with strangers. Speak to the Bolt driver, speak to the Uber driver, speak to the cashier at the shop. Small things like that are gonna build your confidence and you'll
Mhm.
be able to speak to people. And also sometimes you just need to realize that we are all people, right? Because I think sometimes we look at certain people and there's such a
Yeah.
big fear. But then you realize that even when you remove that, of Investec or something like that, at the end
Mm.
of the day, she is still human. She is still human. So you need to remember that aspect to say, there's a sense of relatability. So sometimes people let that fear hinder them, but no, start. Sometimes you just need to be a bit uncomfortable, and it won't happen in one day. For me, it's something that I've been through. So it won't happen in one day, but try to seek out and be intentional. Speak to people, understand their story.
Mhm.
With that, it's really going to help with your confidence and stuff. And also, remind yourself of the small things that you have done in the past as well, because sometimes we get a bit like shy and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot do this. But look at your previous achievements. And by achievements, it doesn't have to be something as huge, right? Maybe you finished a particular task well on your last semester test or something like that. Small
Mhm.
things like that are going to remind you that, I'm that person. And yeah, and also channel someone else if you have to, if
Yeah.
okay, I know somebody else who's much more confident, and
Mhm.
this person maybe speaks well and things like that. Try to study them. I'm not saying copy and be creepy or whatever, but seek out and see, okay, how does this person speak? How do they get so much confidence? There's so much content out there on YouTube, TikTok, wherever on social media, where people actually help you with public speaking and things like that, so that you can get out of your shyness, because there is so much at the other end. Now, if you just sit in your little bubble, you're going to miss out on so many amazing things and amazing people that could change your life. So, yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Right.
Mm,
So we all have moments of doubt, or yeah, something like that. So during the main event, when you had those moments, like how did you maintain, your resilience, and yeah, how did you stay motivated throughout when you're looking in when you're looking in the room, and like like you were saying, these amazing people from all walks of life,
yeah,
who have achieved from the different disciplines that they're in. Yeah, so how do you stay motivated? Just a little bit explanation more on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's really the confidence builds. And I think over the years as well, I've sort of come to, understand that, God doesn't make mistakes. I'm here for a reason. Because I used to be like, nah, no, maybe there was a mistake here. Like, I just ended up here by accident. And, I just stopped having those thoughts. And so I've just been a firm believer to say, what? God made it
Mm.
happen for me. And I just need to bask
Yeah.
in it. These people that are in this room, are they great? Yes, they're freaking amazing. But I am also just as amazing as them. I was put here for a reason. Whatever I did to, help my application or whatever it is, I made sure that I was able to do that to make my application just as great. And so it's the small things like that. Doubt will always come, because even to this day, there are certain things that I do and I will feel doubtful, and I'll be like, I'm not meant for this. I feel like I scammed my way into if you are like, we won't know, because you cannot look inside, but fake it till you make it. Because when you start carrying that confidence with you and being that person and leaving those thoughts, and I'm a person who likes to think positively. Even the people that I surround myself with, I always try to think of positive things. Of course, can bad things happen? Yes. But I think when you also, think positively and just move in the world like my glass is half full instead of half empty, things will happen differently for you. So you will look at life much more differently. But I mean, I'm human, so I'll always have doubts. There are things that you, Charmaine, you'd be like, apply for this, and I'm like, no, I can't, because, and that is the doubtful side of me. I might have not maybe said it, but I still have those days as well. But yeah, I just try to make sure that what, I put that at the back of my head and just give it my best shot. So yeah.
Right. Well, first of all, before we even go any further, you are so well spoken. Do you know that? I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you know that.
I'll keep it. know that. Thank you. YouTube, and yeah, YouTube. But thank you so much. It took
Yeah.
a lot to get here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you go back to my previous videos, don't go watch those guys.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Right.
thank you so much.
Right. So during the GradStar
Yeah.
Awards, we obviously have the opportunity to network with like-minded people, obviously, right? So how did you leverage that? How did you leverage the network that we had for the betterment or that in a way that it benefits you right after the awards?
I think if I'll say any like regret that I have, that will be one of my
Mm-hmm.
regrets. I think I just did not leverage my network enough, because even with people like yourself, we were fortunate enough to network before because of the projects that we worked on before we even got to GradStar. So we were able to have that connection. And I think for me, when I got there, there was so much going on that I think I didn't really leverage as much as I would have wanted to. But I think for me, I was sort of like open to people and just getting to know them. And I'm grateful that even the people that I was speaking to, they were sort of very open. So, like, there are quite a few people that I could maybe reach out to if I need anything
Mm-hmm.
and they'll be willing to help. So, even now, to all the grad stars that are actually going, guys, you know, um, just have some tips. Go on YouTube, search networking tips for students and things have to land you on a project with this particular, or even being friends. I think that's what as people we think about, because when I think of the word networking, it stresses me out a lot because it makes me think I have to ask somebody for a job. But sometimes it's just sort of getting to know the person and who knows what might come out of it. But I
Mm-hmm.
think for me, I could have definitely done more in terms of putting myself out there, introducing myself, because also sometimes you're like, maybe they don't want to talk to me or whatever, and you never know, people might just admire from afar, or maybe some other people are busy with other things, there's so much going on. But put yourself forward. Go introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Veronica and this is what I do, because people will not know, guys. People don't work around knowing everything that you're doing or whatever. We will know.
Yeah.
So you need to put yourself out there to say, hey, this is who I am, this is what I do, and you don't know, because what at the grad star, the rooms that you put into, so much opportunity.
Mm.
Because to this day, like, even the whole of top 10, I keep on saying this, I never really got to speak with them. But I mean, of course, I could reach out today, but I'm like, I wish I had gotten the chance to just introduce myself. Hey guys, I would like to get to know you guys a bit better. There's a whole lot of, even other people as well from
Mm. Right. And I think that's one thing that I feel like the Great Stars this year's Great Stars should take advantage of. This during the main event, there's a whole lot of things going on, from workshops to the summits to the main award ceremony itself and everything. You literally have no time to rest or anything, right? Of course, but when it's time to network, put yourself out there, because there's a lot going on, yes, but put yourself out there so that you don't have regrets like this. you know so yeah. Mm,
on, because I think for me, I thought it would be like oh, now it's time for you to go
yeah.
network. I think
Yeah.
even as the things are going on, get to know the people that you're with. You guys are gonna do amazing races. You're gonna do whatever's.
Mm,
Get to know the people that you're working with. Who is in your team? Hey, okay, where do you go to school? What do you do? What do you want to do in the future?
yeah.
As you're going along, I think we were so
That is,
time, like, because I team that I could say, okay, spoken to the others a bit more, but you see, so there is time, but you need to know how to use it and wisely as well, because it's a lot, but yeah.
Yes, true, 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 true. So, still on the top 10, right? How important is personal branding, and personal branding, public speaking, confidence, and also interview skills as well. How important is that, especially personal
Mhm.
branding?
Very important, very, very important. I think in this day and age that we're getting into, because it's one of those things where you just hear it and people say it's important, but you don't know why it's important.
Mhm.
But I think personal brand is important because you stand for and who you are. So when you have that personal brand, say, okay, Veronica stands for this, which sometimes it might be a struggle because when you're like somebody like me, I like so many different things, but there are certain ways in which you can still, sort of brand yourself and be like, okay, my name is Charmaine. I'm known for this. I'm known for debating. But it's very, very important because when you have that personal brand, people are sort of able to align you and put you not necessarily in a certain box, but you can fit into a certain category, and having skills like public speaking. We did a lot of public
Yeah.
speaking when we're there. I was fortunate enough at the summit, I was there in front, and so things like that, you get to also do a bit of practice, because it's not like every day, for me, my normal work day does not like, it does not have public speaking in it. I don't do a lot of that. But when you get opportunities like that where you're in front of a crowd and you're in front of these big important people, and on the CEO of the house
Oh,
train is like asking you questions, and you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to get off of the stage. It really just helps, and sort of get to know who you are and just what you can get to stand for. So, I
yeah.
mean, it's very important. And your interview skills. I mean, I always say, even if you have a job, keep on interviewing, because those are things that are going to help you. You learn how to speak, and that's why, even back to that tip that I had said, speaking to the Uber driver, speaking to the cashier, you are learning how to sort of like be in tune with people, because even with interviews, it's not like, oh, I'm just here for the job, whatever. You're getting to know them as well. You're getting to know whoever it is that you're speaking to. So, it's just sort of like people skills, and that's something that can take you far, not even just for a job, but it's very important to have that personal brand and just being able to relate and communicate well with people. But it takes practice. It won't happen in a day, but yeah.
Right, true, true, true. So how has this, experience impacted the way you would normally approach things, or your future aspirations, your goals basically? How has this experience impacted that aspect of your life?
Oh, first of all, it has gassed me up. I think I'm just like I don't know, the confidence through the roof. If I was, if people thought I was confident before, now through the roof, through the roof. There's certain things that I even applied for this year, and maybe I would have not gotten them, but I think even before I'd have just not even tried. But now I'm like, no, GradStar top 10. And I'm like, I'm gonna do this because I am, so it has helped a lot with my confidence, and just seeing people being inspired. I think I'm also a person who, when I'm in certain rooms and I'm inspired, I go out there, and that inspiration, I use it. It really motivates me. And so being around people who are doing their master's degrees, people like yourself who are doing all these complicated degrees, it really put me in a certain space to say, Veronica, come on, you can do more. And it's not even coming from a place where I'm looking down on myself,
Uh-huh.
but it's coming from a place where I can see, and people are always telling me that you can do this, you can do this, and I'm like, oh wow, I actually can do this, and having that support system, even when you're applying for something, and people are like, hey, try this out, and I'm like, no. They're like, come on, you are, you have done this, you have all these amazing things, come on, give it a try. So it has helped me quite a lot in terms of that. And I mean, GradStar has such a huge network, and I think it's only gonna grow. And I can't wait to be part of, like I don't know, I want to say big brothers and big sisters, but I'm not a boy. So I have big sisters maybe that can sort of help the younger ones,
Mhm.
and just be like, hey guys, let us hold your hand. How can we help? It's things like this even that, I don't think I would have been able to do before. Not even just, oh, if I wasn't in the top 100, but things like this are inspiring because I'm surrounded by people who want to genuinely help people, because for me, it ended in the DMs, but then you have people like Shamin who are like, you know what, let's help other people out there because there's a lot more. So it's helped me a lot in terms of that. I feel like I have now a duty to help people and just to continue growing because I feel like I owe it to not only to myself, but to the GradStar community because now I'm like, listen, I have to do this. I have to do this. So yeah.
Yeah. Is what would be the use of having knowledge and just sitting with it? I think the gift of having knowledge is for you to impart it.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah.
absolutely.
Right. So the
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
right. So the final two questions, right, before we close, what would be advice to people who are aspiring to be Great Stars Top 100, right? And those who are already in the top 100 who wish to be in the top 10. So, what would be your advice for those two groups of people?
I think never give up. If you're
Hmm.
trying something,
Yes. Yes.
change the strategy, reach out. For me, I was reaching out to people, as I keep on saying. If you look at like my LinkedIn DMs and my early on DMs, there's some people that I didn't even go back to tell
Mm,
them that I've even made it to top 10, but change the strategy, reach out to people. I actually had an email this year. Somebody reached out when they were in the top 500 and they said, listen, I want to get to the top 100. What should I do? And I like responded, and then she got in.
eh,
She's in the top 100 now. So I was so happy that, but change the strategy. Seek help if you can. Sit down with yourself and see, okay, this is not working.
mhm,
What exactly can I do? And I mean, people are always willing to help. You just need to know, okay, where exactly can I not? Put yourself out there. Don't be shy. And when the time is right, God will make it happen for you. He'll definitely and want to be in the top 10. Firstly, I'm
mhm,
gonna say just have fun, enjoy yourself. It's an amazing experience. I mean, I keep on saying this. Like for me, when I went there, it wasn't even about, oh, the goal is the top 10. For me, making it
mhm,
to the top 100, like I was already happy enough. Like, I remember just telling my dad, I was like, geez, like the fact that I'm here, I've made it in life. Okay. But have fun, be there for the experience because sometimes people lose themselves. I saw people there, I don't know if you might have noticed, but some people were gunning for that top 10. And if you don't get it, there's a bit of
mhm.
disappointment, but it's like you shouldn't
Yeah, yeah,
be that guy. When we look at you, you are amazing. So I don't want you to be disappointed to say, "Ah, I didn't make it. Why not?" Because there's so much talent. Guys, like, there's just so much of us, and the numbers are too little. Maybe they should just do a top 100 again. I don't know. But yeah, put yourself out there, put yourself,
mhm,
your best foot forward, communicate with people, introduce yourself,
mhm,
showcase your leadership skills. You see those group works that you do, and stuff, like showcase those leadership skills. I think sometimes people think leadership, they think is such a big thing. No, guys, even in a group setting, you probably have that person who's sort of showing everything. Step up, let's do this, guys. Share your ideas, and make your ideas happen
mhm,
as well. Sometimes people have ideas, you know, if you have something, hey guys, let's try this. How can we work together? But overall, the experience, grad star, it is an amazing experience. I used to think people who wrote the reviews were doing a bit too much, but until I made it,
mhm.
I was like, okay, no, like this is amazing. Like it's so much fun. Yeah. So yeah, that's all
Yeah,
I
thank
have
you
to
so
say
much,
for
Veronica.
now.
That was very insightful, I'm sure. But yeah, on the point of people reaching out and everything. So I feel like YouTube Live was the most helpful thing for everyone, because responding to people individually, you would leave some of the information out from someone, and then you would put someone else. So this
Yeah.
was the most helpful thing. And thank you so much for your time, Veronica. So
Yeah.
a bit personal question, last question, I promise. What's next for you,
Yeah.
in this in your life? What's
Oh
next?
my God. I mean, I don't even know what's next. But now I'm just trying to see how can postgraduates, because your girl's about to graduate. Woo! I cannot wait. Literally, like of school. I cannot wait. I'm going to do my honors degree and just sort of see how I can study further, and how can I
Mm,
now grow in my career, because I'm just trying to see and explore, maybe even explore other careers. I'm still thinking about it now. I'm thinking about it because there's so much. There's tech, there's consulting, and I'm like, I want to try it all. It's like chocolate to me right now. I just want to taste everything. But I'm in that phase where I'm just exploring, and I'll see where it takes me. But I really hope God guides me. And yeah, I'm just excited for what the future holds. But yeah, I'm just happy right now. I'm just like in a happy place. Cause yeah, a year ago it was looking very different.
yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago, life was looking very different for me. But for now, the fact that I'm even able to finish and graduate, I'm just grateful. And I'm working, like, it's all a girl can ask for. So yeah.
Oh, amen to that. Amen to that, girl. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your knowledge as well. So I think I feel
Yeah.
like if ever there's anything that anyone would love to know, we'll get it from the comment section after this live, and then maybe we would get time to answer that in the comment section. But for now, I feel like this is everything you would want to know if you are at GradStar Top 100 at the moment. And yeah, just be yourself, be yourself, and put yourself out. Don't
Yeah.
be afraid to
Yeah.
put yourself in spaces, to take up space, basically. Right. So thank you so much, Veronica. I think that's the
Yeah.
end of our live. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. And you're so good at this. Like, it sounds like you've also done it before. Like, I'm like, has she done it this before? Like, what is going on? Like, this is going with the flow. I had to say it on here. This was incredible. I mean, this is my first live, and I get to do it with a friend, an amazing person. So, thank you so much. I mean, I am privileged to be the first person to be live. And guys, subscribe, okay?
Subscribe.
Road to 1K. Go subscribe on Charmaine's channel. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe, okay? Road to 1K. You don't want to miss out, okay? Because if you're not there, please, okay? But yeah,
Please,
that's all for me.
if you don't subscribe, where will you get this all this knowledge from? Where will you get all this from? So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much, and bye, guys. Thank you for joining in. For those who are here, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.